What is going on, everybody? Today is August 5th, and here's our Buoy 10/Open update. Buoy 10 Open? Wait, Buoy 10 Ocean, that's the word, Ocean. Buoy 10/Ocean update. Well, yesterday, like I mentioned, we got them at the 17 line, which is just north of the green line, in 80 to 120 feet of water, really in 100 to 120 feet of water. Today went right back there, and it was different. The fish were not there. Everything was different. So let's talk a little bit about fish theory right now and what's happening. So typically what happens when we get this south wind and a system that rolls in, all the fish that are here in the estuary bail, they're gone. And right now there are 0 fish in the estuary. The guys we're talking to out here are not catching them, which is a little concerning, but good news and bad news, right? We always have to think positive. So fish theory, don't know if this is actually the case, actually what's going to happen, but usually when that south wind and a system comes through, the estuary empties. Right now that south wind is blowing. I can feel it. You guys can probably hear it, and that is a lot for right here, because usually this hill here off of Astoria will block a lot of our south wind. But considering that we're already getting it here right now with that hill blocking the wind, it's gonna blow pretty hard tomorrow. So what happens is, again, the estuary empties out, the fish are out of here, and it sucks in here for 2 or 3 days. But guess what? It's already sucked in here for the last 2 or 3 days, so it can't get much slower than this. That's the bad news. The good news is that today when I was out there at the green line, and even when I ran north, which we'll get to that here in a little bit. So when I was at the green line, the surface current on the ebb tide on the outgo was running really hard just with the first 10 feet of the water column. Once you got down below that, you felt your gear catch, and it was running, it was thumping. Like I had the boat in neutral or even in reverse a lot of the time. But what I was seeing on the active target, on my Lancer active target, is that the fish were swimming up into the river as fast as they could. Their tails were going 100 miles an hour down out of that ebb tide, ebb flow. They were down in that slower water, and they were ripping up into the river. When I went north and we found the fish up in the 20 to 24 line, all the fish, so every fish we catch, we drop in and say like the 23 line and troll to 24. We'd run out of fish. I'd run into the 22 line, and then we go 22 line to 23 line and run out of fish. We go to the 21 line. By the time we got to 22 line, the fish were gone. So the fish were moving south down towards the mouth of the Columbia, and they were all nosed that direction. So fingers crossed, here's my hope. Here's what I'm hoping is going to happen. There are 0 fish in the estuary right now. Again, fish theory. But with the system coming in, the fish feel the pressure change. They know what's going to happen. They see their opportunity to move upriver, and hopefully this estuary will get a good shot of fish. Might not be a lot, but it can't be any less than what's in here right now. So tides are growing, lots of coho out there, a few chinook. We should be hopefully seeing some new fish coming in on these bigger tides as they start to grow. The growing tides tend to bring in more coho, the falling tides tend to bring in more chinook, but since there are chinook out there, pressure change, bigger tides flushing in, hopefully we just see fish, chinook, and coho. Fish there, I don't know. But as far as today went, that YBC cut plug I showed you guys yesterday was absolutely dead. Just like the day before, the smoke jumper went absolutely dead. So weird. Misty River was still just hammering them. So Misty River ended up on 3 rods in the YBC cut plug and in the spinfish. So that was cool to see, just have one consistent color. That was great. And that shrimp scent worked again as well. That was great having a little bit of shrimp scent. It seemed to help just freshen things up. I tried a little bit of the tuna bomb, which is sardine and tuna, but that didn't seem to help as much as the shrimp scent. That shrimp scent was, in my opinion, it seemed like it really helped make a difference. So there's that. I don't know what to do tomorrow. Well, I do know what I'm going to have to do tomorrow. I'm going to have to stay in the river. That south wind's going to blow. It's supposed to dump rain like almost a ½ inch. So I'm going to put on a lot of UV flashers, a lot of fully painted blades, and just grind. We're probably going to have to all stay mostly on the Oregon side, but I'm hoping that the wind direction shifts a little bit more to the west and less out of the south. You just kind of wake up and figure it out, and it's going to be a wet one right off the bat, first thing in the morning. So we're just going to grind it out. I definitely don't want to be out there in the ocean tomorrow. Today was beautiful. Man, was it gorgeous out there. Hardly any swell. That wind chop that picked up wasn't bad at all. It was supposed to get really nasty, and maybe it is now. It said like by 11 o'clock it's supposed to get pretty nasty, and it is noon right now. So it might be getting pretty bad out there. It's finally starting to chop up here in the river a little bit. Tomorrow's gonna be a no-go for me, at least, out in the ocean. Fish is supposed to be fun. We don't sell fish, we sell fun. Thank you, Jack Glass. You are absolutely right, sir. So we're gonna try and stay comfortable, bring a lot of rain gear, and just try and avoid the wind as best we can. So with that, it's time to refuel again. Last 2 days I've burned almost 40 gallons, chasing fish out in the ocean. Retie up some stuff, put the ocean rods away, clean up all the gear, and get ready for fish in the river. Let's hope that my fish theory is correct and that the estuary loads up today and tomorrow, or excuse me, tomorrow morning and the next day with a bunch of coho and chinook, because those fish did seem like they were looking to move upriver. They were moving south when we were up north by the condos, and they were moving into the river when I was on the green line. Hard. Tails were kicking. It was obvious what they were trying to do. So I'm just hoping that they don't stop short and that they actually push up in the estuary. And as always, guess what? I will let you know if that happens. Okay, time to put her back on the dock. We'll see you guys later.